Hey there everybody, Chris Renshaw here, just doing a little test Periscope, and I figure what better way to do that than with unboxing the brand new Dice Master set that I've got here. So give me a couple minutes and a couple seconds and I'll get started here. All right, and as you can see here, we've got I got sent in the mail some Dice Masters War of Light, an advanced set of it. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to, not sit, I guess I'm standing technically, but we're going to look at see what's inside. So actually we're going to wait on the starter set. And first of all, what better way to set this up with the Dice Masters playmat. We're going to open that up first. I was actually excited to see that this came as well. I've never used the Dice Masters official playmat before, so I'm curious to see what this one looks like. So there you go. That is the War of Light official playmat. It's probably going to look very similar if you've ever seen any of these other Dice Master playmats. I like this one a whole lot, I can already tell, because you know, in behind in the main area, it's got the, you know, Hal Jordan and all the other different light colors. I got into comics originally around the time that Blackest Night was coming out, and so it looks like, if I remember correctly, this is the Blackest Night #1 art that's back here. We got Hal Jordan, Star Sapphire, Indigo Tribe, all the different creatures, and so it looks very nice on this playmat. I will definitely be using this. So let's start off with the starter set. So we'll go, oh great, look, as every great game needs to have is the silica gel. Don't eat that, don't eat this at home. So let's start with the basic stuff that every game comes with. So first off, you got the crappy little paper bags that come with it. This is like this is like grocery quality bag. At least these, in the other size sets they were just blue or red. At least in this one they've got some artwork to them. But if you're going to play more than like twice, I recommend pitching these and getting an actual dice bag. And then of course you've got your instruction booklet, which has its own copy of the Dice Masters playmat in there. So if you can't get the big mat, you can do just fine with just flipping open the book. Or I recommend you can get this on WizKids website. I printed it out on photo paper and I just used that as a mat, and I got 2 copies of it. That's what I was using as a mat before I got this in the mail. But let's go ahead and set out all the pretty dice. As you can see, it comes with all the normal dice. If you've never seen Dice Masters before, this is all the stuff you'll get. Every starter set is pretty much like this, where you've got, let's see, those are all your core set, or these are all your actual dice. These are your different action dice, which we'll get to, and then those are your sidekicks, NPCs, depends on what version of Dice Masters you're playing. And then, of course, all your different character dice. You get 2 of each dice. I can already tell some of these just by looking at the cards, or just by looking at the dice. And then, more importantly, you have the actual cards. So these indigo dice, violet, yellow, green, which is that's cool. it matches up with the theme, you know, War of Light. You got your Indigo Tribe, you know. So that's really neat. Normally it's just like red, blue, that kind of thing. That's actually really kind of cool. But what these are your different action cards. So you'll place those there, and then your opponent will have, you know, the similar type of setup over there. And then you've got your actual cards. That's your checklist. Let's see. So we're starting out here. We got the Anti-Monitor. When the Anti-Monitor attacks, you KO all sidekicks, including yours. Oh my god. And you can actually see, it looks like they've got, instead of the different teams like Justice League or Avengers and X-Men, here it looks like they're divided up by what core they're in. So you can see this is Sinestro core and the villain. Then you got your other Anti-Monitor. When he attacks all opposing Green Lantern and looks like Hope, or so that looks like Blue Lantern core, character dice must block him if able. And then you have, when he's fielded, you may KO a Green Lantern or Blue Lantern character die. If you move a villain die from your used pile to your prep area. Oh, that is so freaking awesome. I love how, I'm a huge Batman fan, so the fact that they have Batman in here, he wasn't as big in the Blackest Night considering that Bruce Wayne was dead. So, but I guess in the War of Light, there was a brief moment when he got the Sinestro core ring. So you've got 3 different Batman cards. And so definitely, so if you used a basic die, action die this turn, Batman cannot be blocked and is a global. Use 1 energy. The first time you play a basic action this turn, draw 1 die and add it to your prep area. When Batman's active, he deals 1 damage to your opponent when any player uses a basic action die. That's cool. When the first time you play a basic action this turn, draw 1 die, add it to your prep area. Looks like all the Batman ones had the same global. So you got, when he attacks, you may move a basic action die from a used pile to your prep area. Let's see, Guy Gardner. You got a basic Guy Gardner, and then Guy Gardner must attack each turn if able, and gains +1 attack for each other attacking die. And then when Guy Gardner is blocked, draw 1 die and place him in your prep area. More Hal Jordan. At the beginning of your turn, choose a lantern. I'm guessing it's a lantern color. Hal Jordan gains that lantern color until the beginning of your turn. That makes sense, because in the comic he ended up with like every single lantern at one point or another. He ended up getting a Sinestro ring at one point, a Hope ring, all this different stuff. Global, pay a lightning bolt. Once per turn, you may spin a villain up or down 1 level. He's a 6'5" normally, or at his highest. While he's active, if you have 3 or more in your reserve pool at the end of your reroll and reroll step, deal 1 damage to target villain for each 1 villain die for each lightning bolt you rolled. That's cool. And Hal Jordan gets +1 attack for each other active Green Lantern and Blue Lantern character in your field zone. So that's the one thing I can already see here just by looking at the cards, is if you don't know the symbols, I mean, true, you can match them up, but you're going to have a harder time. And also some of these symbols, they're nice and tiny, so if you're not really familiar with them at all, you may have some trouble. I've read a lot, you know, if you're a Green Lantern fan at all, this is going to be, you know, you're going to be fine with this. John Stewart. You got 3 John Stewarts. While John Stewart's active, whenever your opponent fields a villain, gain 1 life for each villain they have fielded. He gets in a +1 attack and defense for each of your opponent's fielded character dice. That's supposed to be compassion, so I guess I kind of see that. When fielded, draw 2 dice. Place any lantern dice into your prep area and all other dice into your used pile. And of course, you got Blue Lantern Kyle Rayner here. He gets +2 attack and defense if there are active Green Lanterns. So that's the whole Blue Lanterns require green to do anything. They're useless on their own. Where it's one of those Hope is useless without will. So here he gets powered up basically if there's an active Green Lantern nearby. If there are 3 or more active Green Lanterns, he gets +5 and +5 attack and defense instead. That's pretty wicked. When fielded, choose a lantern color. Characters that have affiliation cannot block this turn. When fielded, deal deal damage to target character equal to this character's level. Deal an extra damage if green is active. I feel like you'd want to stick with the artist one where he gets powered up if there's a green lantern. Oh, orange Lex Luthor. So basic right there. When he's active, you have more life than your opponent. At the beginning of your turn, you draw an extra die, so it's all about greed. And then when fielded, gain 2 life if you have the highest purchase cost die fielded. So you can tell he's all about, you want to make sure you're higher than everybody else. So you can't have a Green Lantern set without Sinestro. So Sinestro cannot be blocked unless the defending dyer pays 1 energy per blocking die. If he's KO'd, your opponent must KO one of their characters with a lantern. While Sinestro is active at the beginning of your turn, if no lantern characters except... Okay, that's Sinestro core characters are active. Sinestro deals target 2 damage. And then here, now you got those basic actions I was talking about that go up there, matching those, and that determines what die. So what particular die get used for that character, or for that... I'm missing one. Oh, there it is. For that color. So we'll put one of these cards down, and that'll show you when you buy that die, it goes with this card. So big entrance, when purchased, you may add this die to your dice bag, so that instead of going into your use pile, it's going to go straight in your bag. You can draw it next turn. When used, dice purchased this turn costs 1 less than their printed cost and may be put directly in your dice bag instead of your used pile. That's pretty wicked. Enormous Destruction. Choose a purchase cost. Reroll all fielded character die with that purchase cost. Move all their rolled energy phases to their owner's prep area. It's a nice way of clearing the battlefield. Heroic Defense. Your characters get +1 attack and defense. For each your character dice KO'd this turn, gain life equal to that die level. Deal 1 damage to target die for each of your active characters. And special, also deal 1 damage to target opponent. Pay 2 energy, deal target character 1 damage. Moment to Evil, deal 2 damage to target opponent. Instead, deal 1 damage to target opponent for each of your active villain characters. Global, if you pay a mask and a punch, target character gains a villain affiliation till the end of the turn. That's handy. Relaxing. Draw a die from your bag. Name a die. Draw a second die. If the second die was the die you named, keep it and draw a third die. Otherwise, move the second die to your used pile. Stealth Ops. The target character die is considered to be level 1 and is unblockable this turn. Pay 2 mass. Spin target character die down 1 level. Vicious Struggle. Until your next turn, deal your opponent 1 damage for each damage you take that doesn't come from Vicious Struggle. Fighting. For each of your character die KO'd during the attack step this turn, your opponent must KO 1 of their character die. And you've been chosen. Play only during the main step. Choose an energy type. All characters of that type must attack during their next attack step and deal no combat damage. If those characters are unblocked, return them to the field zone instead of the use pile. So normally if you attack and they're unblocked, they'll go straight to the use pile over here. But this is saying that if you unblock them, they'll come right back here and you can use them again. That's pretty wicked. I like that. So that is everything that comes in the starter set, but I'm not done yet because also in here we've gotten a couple of, let's see, it looks like 5 booster packs. So we can see what other epic goodness is in store in this set. So looks like I got the same die here. Looks like Green Lantern die. So we got yep, that's I've never had this happen before. But we got 2 Mogos. So you can tell because the dice was like exactly the same. So now I guess I can use Mogo if I want. When fielded, you may purchase a lantern for half cost. When fielded, move all green and blue dice from your used pod to your prep area. Awesome. So we've got the Adam, so Indigo Tribe, and Bleeds right there. At the beginning and end of your turn, you may level up or down Adam, so that must be, growing or shrinking. Adam cannot be affected by abilities of higher level characters, and Bleeds is just a basic card. So, Saint Walker is the leader of the Blue Walkers. He can't attack or block unless a Green Lantern's active. And Supergirl is a Red Lantern. While she's active, your sidekicks get +1 attack and +2 defense. So, Star Sapphire Wonder Woman, and Ranks, which is the kind of like the evil Mogo, but for the Sinestro Corps. Wonder Woman, while she's active, if you roll 3 or more shields, excluding wilds, your sidekicks are unblockable this turn. And Ranks may block any number of lightning attackers. So, and then last but certainly not least, one more pack to go. So that's weird. We got Raven, who wasn't, I don't remember her being in the thing at all, but I guess they had to include some characters. So Raven, Trigon's Heir, when another character is KO'd, you may KO Raven. If you do, return that character die, or return the other character die to play. And Lyssa Drac, who's Keeper of the Book of Parallax. While Lyssa Drac is active at the start of your attack step, name a character. If at least one of those character die blocks, you may move 2 dice from your opponent's used pile to their bag. That's interesting. I don't know why. That's weird. All right, so there you go. That is your early look at the War of Light Dice Master set. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. This looks amazing. I can't wait to try this out. So I'll have to do another video soon with my look at it. So thank you guys for watching. And remember, you can go find this and all the other stuff I do over at ocdcast.com. Thanks, guys.